What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And before you say something, I know I'm going to get a haircut today, but I wanted to talk a little bit about this SRT news and some internal notes that came across to me today about the return of SRT. Roll the intro. So welcome on back to TK's Garage, and yes, despite what everybody is saying, SRT is making a return. I did the video the other day. You saw the post from the mayor of Horsepowerville in Goldberg, and yeah, the SRT division is coming back, and not just for Dodge or not just for Ram. It's coming back across the board. So what does that mean? Well, I've seen everything from internal discussions talking about this, from it being its own division, like how Ram was split off from Dodge and they make it a label. But what I saw from Goldberg's post yesterday was more on bringing SRT back to all the brands. Now, what I find interesting is they could still make SRT its own brand and have, for example, an SRT Wrangler, right? And it be SRT and not Jeep. Still be a Jeep, but this is where it gets confusing, right? It'll be interesting to see if that's how they're going to do it. And I'm leaning more towards maybe they don't make SRT a brand, even though the information we saw looks like that's what they would do. Because what else are they going to call? This is where it makes sense for them to make SRT its own brand, right? What are they going to call the Duster? They're not going to call it a Plymouth, right? Unless they're reviving the Plymouth brand, which I've seen absolutely no evidence anywhere. And every time I asked my sources at the very top of the company, they were like, yeah, there is no, they're going to use Plymouth nameplates, but there's no immediate thing to bring the Plymouth brand back. So as far as that goes, I just don't see that happening. So we go back to, okay, so the Cuda is going to be an SRT Cuda, not a Dodge Cuda. That's what I'm being told. SRT Cuda, SRT Duster, and it makes sense because Matt said that too, right? The CEO said we want to bring that $30,000 Halo car out, that affordable performance car for the brands. Now I'm wondering if the SRT division is going to be led by all these individual CEOs between Tim Kuniskis and Bob and Matt and God forbid Christine, but whatever. You know, or is there going to be somebody else that leads the division? Like, I don't know, Ralph Giles or whatever. I know he's already the chief design officer, but you know what I mean. It'll be interesting to see. I now, at least we know that there's stuff that's coming down the pipe now that's going to, you know, change the way that we think about the brands now. It's not just going to be this EV brand that sucks. And, you know, the Hemi's already coming back to Ram. We know that the Hemi's coming back in the sedan here soon. And as this stuff happens, we get, you know, like, at least the excitement is back now for the brands. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing I wanted to say. Like, at least we know that there's something for us to look forward to when it comes to these brands. Like, that they actually listened. I think it wasn't as much as them listening. It's that their profits went to shit. Because if they were still making money making EVs, they wouldn't give a rat's ass what I think, what you think, what anybody else thinks, to be honest with you. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. When do you think we see the first SRT branded vehicle? I think it ends up coming from, I think it's going to come from Ram. I got to be honest. I think it's going to come from Ram. I don't think it's going to be the Banshee. you know, the Charger. I don't think it's going to be the Charger first. I think it's going to be a Ram. I think it's going to be that street truck. Or maybe it's a street truck and the TRX at the same time in Q1 of 2026. We'll see. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're in the greater Kansas City area, I am going to be here for a couple of days. I may actually do like a small meetup or something. Maybe we'll hang out and get a drink or something and chill. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably post something either on my Instagram, which is TK's Garage, which is also the Facebook page, or I'll post something on the community post tab here on YouTube. So anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's hope we get this SRT stuff rolling and coming in here sooner rather than later. Now that they're bringing in some of the bigger influencers to start talking about SRT again, I think it's going to be much sooner than we expect. Anyways, as always, thank you very much for watching, and stay petty, my friends.